Hello everybody and welcome to the Blue Collar Lacrosse Marc Mesh Studios. Every lacrosse player knows the importance of the pocket of their stick as it is the point of contact with the ball. In 2008, Blue Collar Lacrosse set out to offer the highest quality product from its sidewalls, shooters, and of course its cornerstone product, Marc Mesh. Marc Mesh sets the benchmark for what Blue Collar Lacrosse will put its name on in terms of quality, craftsmanship, and most importantly, performance. This video is to answer two questions we've heard a lot lately. One, what makes our mesh different than the imitation mesh that's coming out? And two, is how does a person know they're buying a genuine piece of Marc Mesh? Since the second question has a quick answer, we'll start with that first, but we strongly encourage you to stay tuned into this video till the very end, as we are going to offer definitive visual proof as to what makes Marc Mesh different than all the rest. On the left is how Marc Mesh will be sold at retail. It comes in our shrink wrap packaging and always has a tamper-proof authenticity tag on it. The mesh on the right is an example of the authenticity tag. This one for a 15mm, which is on blue, and our 20mm, which is on green. The authenticity tag is placed at the bottom of the mesh so the store or a stick stringer can take the mesh out of the wrapper and string it into a stick while still identifying it as a Marc Mesh. Now let's move on to the more important question: what gives Marc Mesh its superior performance in lacrosse? There are three major factors that go into making a Marc Mesh. The first being Marc Laval's mesh butter. Marc Laval's mesh butter, unlike other waxed meshes, sits at the center of the nylon and is in there for life. It gives the mesh a fast break-in time, durability, low maintenance, and makes it the most weatherproof mesh bar none. In 2008, when we first showed the world Marc Mesh, the first thing we did was travel down to M&T Stadium for the big stadium classic. We brought with us a 36-foot long shooting booth so that players could try out our sticks. The catch being, they were submerged in water. That is weatherproof. But put all those things aside, because the most important thing any piece of sports equipment can do for you is performance. And in terms of performance, mesh butter allows the mesh to break in like a soft mesh, cushioning the ball while catching and cradling. However, it gives the mesh pocket memory, like a hard mesh, to give you accuracy and consistency while throwing. Before we move on, I would like to go to a quick clip from John Tavares, one of the greatest goal scorers this game has ever had, and let's hear what he looks for when he's looking at the pocket of his stick.
So what I look for in the stick is a stick it's very accurate in my shooting in all different angles. So I need a stick that can shoot accurately from an overhand, a three-quarter shot, and a sidearm shot, and also successful where I can feel the ball so I can fake as well. The Marc Mesh allows me to just pick up a stick and use it pretty much immediately. And I found that with the mesh stick, it gives me a harder shot, and something I never really had in my repertoire, so it was nice having a bit of a harder shot.
So there you have it from one of the game's greatest goal scorers of all time. When he's looking at a pocket, he's looking for accuracy and feel. Now when John talks about accuracy, what he's referring to is the pocket memory that mesh butter gives the mesh. That pocket memory allows you to build up muscle memory. With muscle memory, you build up a more accurate shot and, as John touches on, even a harder shot. It's no coincidence that Marc Mesh has been in the current world record holders for fastest shot, both indoor and outdoor in lacrosse. Now, let's talk about feel. And to talk about that, we move on to our second factor, which is the quality of the material used to make Marc Mesh. Marc Mesh is made with a top quality 6.6 nylon, the same type of nylon that you would find in a parachute or climbing rope. Then, the third factor is that Marc Mesh has a signature weave that gives it extra enhanced texture ridges. Let's get a closer look. From this close-up angle, you can see the enhanced texture ridges of Marc Mesh. Currently, both mesh are shown with their smooth side facing up. A stick stringer would rarely put this side facing the ball in the pocket of the stick, as it doesn't give you any grip or feel for where the ball is. I'm now going to flip over the example of the competition's mesh to their rough side, which is barely equal to the Marc Mesh smooth side. Now I'm going to flip over the Marc Mesh, and as you can see, these enhanced texture ridges give Marc Mesh what we call true grip for the life of the pocket. Many of the competition mesh will spray their mesh with an adhesive. The problem with an adhesive is that it fades over time, and that makes your shot inconsistent. So that brings us to the conclusion of this video as to what separates Marc Mesh from all other competitors' lacrosse meshes. First is Marc Laval's mesh butter. Second is the material. And third is our unique weave, which gives it enhanced texture ridges. We hope you found this video informative and helpful for the next time you go to purchase a pocket of your lacrosse stick. If the retailer that you go to doesn't sell Marc Mesh and tries to sell you a comparable product, we strongly suggest going onto the internet and going to places like SportStop, where you can find white player Marc Mesh starting at $17. If all else fails, you can go to the Blue Collar Lacrosse website at bclax.com. We thank you for watching this video and hope you will tune into more videos which will get more in depth on Blue Collar Lacrosse products, and we'll be putting up videos of stringing tips from Marc and Joel Laval, two of the game's greatest stringers. Nobody has strung more sticks for pros than Marc and Joel in the last 5 years. Thank you once again for tuning in. We look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.